tonight on First Alert Weather Extra. Beautiful weekend is among us. We're on your side with what you can expect and some fun events you can attend to get outdoors and enjoy the sunny weather.
And we're giving you that weather extra look at events that have happened not just nationally in the weather world, but around the globe.
And we take a look at the damage left behind by Hurricanes Milton and Helene and some of the lasting effects it's left across the southeast.
Live on your side, First Alert Weather Extra starts right now.
And welcome back in. Chief Meteorologist Wes White, Meteorologist Lauren Linehan. Lauren, it's dry, but the weather's nice.
It really is
Yeah.
nice, but it's so unusual that even for October, which is our driest month of the year, we just can't even squeeze out a drop of rain.
Can't squeeze out a drop of rain. I know earlier in the month, we were tracking the tropical systems and we had some areas we had a little bit of wet weather. We're going to be watching the long range coming up. Of course, we're going to talk more about what's on the way in the next couple of weeks. But tonight, a lot of events going on this weekend. This is a live look from Sky Vision at the Mercedes-Benz Amphitheater, Tuscaloosa. A lot of folks coming out for a concert tonight. Should be some nice weather. Notice the temperature, though. It's going to be chilly out there. We're 67, but we'll drop into the 50s for this evening. And how about the view from Nectar? Something about that sky out there just has that October glow. I know some fires have been happening across the country, and sometimes that can also, you get those smoke plumes that disperse across the country, can set off some of those orange glows as well during the evening hours. But right now we are very dry and looks like tonight we're going to see another big drop in those temperatures again. I don't think widespread frost, but still could see a couple of spots with some frosty rooftops early tomorrow morning. But again, of course, with the radar scan, it's all dry, but I just want to show you the temperatures around the state, and you can see we're dropping off quickly here around Jasper, Coleman, places pretty much from Nectar and Hayden north towards Cleveland and Aniana there. Those temperatures dropping already down into the 50s. So it's a big drop off. Make sure tonight before you head out, maybe going to catch a movie, you grab your jacket because it is going to be chilly out there. But a beautiful weekend ahead. Other than the cool mornings, we've got the nice afternoons and a mostly sunny sky. Looks like warmer afternoons on the way for next week. But there's a look at lows tomorrow morning. We don't see a lot of 30s out there, but there will be a lot of 40s on the map early in the day. And then we'll see those afternoon temperatures back into the 70s. But a nice Saturday up to 75. Sunday around 78 degrees with a light easterly wind. And coming up, we're also going to update you on the tropics. Lauren will have an update on what may soon become a new tropical storm over the Caribbean. But right now, I want to update you on the drought situation. And you can see the drought monitor. Latest update shows moderate range, but the way this is going, we're going to see that moderate drought really build in here over the next couple of days. Even today added. This may go to severe levels over the next few days, but these conditions are causing the Rainbow City Fire Department, a lot of fire departments around the area, to be certainly cautious out there, but warning about the dry and windy weather conditions and letting you know the precautions that need to be taken before starting fires outdoors. Rainbow City's Fire Marshal says we need to understand these windy and dry conditions and how they can contribute to fires. From setting small campfires, burning trash, to grilling, you should never leave those fires unattended.
A lot of times, again, you don't realize the amount of heat that a grill puts off and the radiant heat that goes with it, that close to a vinyl siding home that will melt it. When wood is burning, as it's popping and giving off little embers, those things go up into the air. And as they go up into the air, they travel. And during this time of the year where we're in this drought, we're in this no burn.
And if you have any debris or trash in your yard, the fire marshal says it's safer to put it near the road for the trucks to pick up, the garbage trucks, and pick it up for you. Make sure you have all that material gathered and by the roadside. Now, don't try to do any burning here with it being so dry here, especially any brush piles through this weekend. I would certainly play it safe. Again, very dry out there, Lauren.
Yeah, and you know, Wes, similar situations are actually happening across the country, where in Nebraska, several fire crews were battling wildfires on Thursday. Red flag warnings are in place across parts of the state thanks to dry conditions in the Midwest. Fire departments have been asking local farmers to pause harvesting their crops. They use large, dangerous machinery, which can be hazardous after high winds ignited fires across eastern Nebraska on Thursday. Firefighters say the blazes have been spreading rapidly.
It was moving so fast and trying to isolate it, and everything is just absolutely so dry. All it took was an ember to get across the road and it would start the next field on fire.
Well, yesterday there were at least 10 active fires across eastern Nebraska. And in California, firefighters are on high alert for possible wildfires across the North Bay region. A red flag warning is in effect through Saturday morning, with high winds whipping up more than the risk of fire. Cornell Bernard reports from the city of Santa Rosa, where fire crews are standing by.
Strong winds are kicking up across Sonoma County, signaling red flag conditions. CAL FIRE Santa Rosa station posting this banner, letting the public know this is no joke.
So with the red flag conditions coming in, Cornell, our concern is that our fuels have had all summer long to cure out and be ready to burn. And so you add wind to that element, and that wind drives that fire behavior.
Chief Nichols says humidity levels are dropping fast.
Just in the last handful of hours, we've already seen about a 30% drop in our relative humidity across the unit here.
All that creating the perfect recipe for wildfire. But CAL FIRE says it's upstaffed and ready with additional resources, including a strike team from Humboldt County. 2 firefighting helicopters capable of dropping 2,000 gallons of water standing by at the department's Sonoma and Napa air attack bases.
So is this a defensible structure? This is something we could defend, yes.
CAL FIRE crews are always training this unit ready for a fire call. Across town, more reminders to the public of high fire danger.
It's unsettling, even though the weather is nice.
For Santa Rosa residents, dry, windy conditions can trigger memories of the October 2017 Tubbs fire. That firestorm destroyed thousands of homes.
When you have days like today where you just see the trees doing this, it just brings back the memories of the night before the Tubbs fire. Absolutely. I think everyone who lived here knows that.
Built this kitchen for it that has all of our supplies.
Tim Bell shows us more than a go bag. He's got food and supplies ready in the back of his Jeep.
In my family, I have 2 young kids, and I work and run a park, so running back home to get everybody is always on the back of my mind.
The highest fire danger is predicted to be tomorrow morning into the overnight hours from 1 a.m. to 7 a.m. Wind gusts could be as strong as 65 miles per hour in the hills of Santa Rosa. Well, though drought plagues much of the U.S., parts of Europe have been dealing with catastrophic flooding. France's prime minister said firefighters have taken on over 2,000 water rescues after some of the worst flooding the country has seen in 40 years. The government evacuated over 100 people with a whopping 27.5 inches of rain falling in just 48 hours, according to Météo France. French forecasters predict more heavy rain in southwestern France over the weekend.
It's a lot of rain, Lauren. Coming up in 30 seconds, we update you on our local forecast. Plus, we speak with a fellow meteorologist who is getting ready for a big game in Tennessee this weekend. We'll be right back. All right, a lot of events happening this weekend. If you are going to the Kentuck Festival, perfect weekend. You can see at Snow Hinton Park Saturday in Tuscaloosa 75-77 for Sunday afternoon. A light northeast wind. Those college games this weekend, we have Auburn at Mizzou, a kickoff of 61. I mentioned earlier UAB's at Tampa for the South Florida game, kickoff around 83 degrees. And then Alabama at Tennessee. It's the third Saturday in October, and had a chance to talk with Spencer Denton, a meteorologist with our sister station Channel 8 there in the Knoxville area. Of course, they're getting ready for a big weekend. Well, a lot of folks around here will be traveling to Knoxville for a football game. It's the famous third Saturday in October coming up here on Saturday. And Spencer, I know you are a big Tennessee Vol, so tell us a little bit about the game weekend. I know you guys are excited. What's the talk like around Knoxville right now? I know it's a big week.
Well, I was out. I went to my first. I hadn't been to a Tennessee game in a long time. I was there last weekend for the Florida game where we barely edged them out in overtime. And Tennessee's got some work to do on offense. So there's no trash talking on this side because that we got a lot to fix. But I think it's going to be a big game. Of course, and there's a debate in Knoxville: is Alabama our biggest rival, or is Florida our biggest rival? And for me, growing up in Knoxville but living in Alabama for many years, I consider Bama our biggest rival. Although we'll have to watch out for Vandy this year too, evidently.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's exciting, man. I'm going to be there doing a live show on Saturday. The hype around this game is so huge, and everybody gets up for it, and the atmosphere is going to be fun. We're really looking, and the weather's going to be perfect. We had perfect weather last weekend. It's going to be 72 and sunny at kickoff. Just perfect football weather and a perfect weekend. And I always look forward to this because I always hear from my Alabama friends, after the game, especially if Roll Tide gets a W. I hear about it.
All right, and from football weather to the tropics, and right now I want to go to meteorologist Lauren Linehan. Lauren, we might have, we were talking about Nadine maybe forming in the Atlantic. Yeah. Now it may form over the Caribbean.
Yeah, Nadine, why don't you just form closer to home?
Yeah, there you go.
So we're at that time of the year where tropical activity can begin to wind down, but honestly, especially the beginning of October, very active. We had Helene and then Milton on the heels of that into October. So what we're watching now, there was this area in the Northwest Caribbean that had a high chance of development. Now, basically, the National Hurricane Center has said, okay, we want to go ahead and designate this as a potential tropical cyclone. It's 15th on the list. So we got PTC 15. This will likely, as Wes said, become Nadine. You can see it's going to be very short-lived. Eventually, by tomorrow, it could briefly become Tropical Storm Nadine, making landfall in Belize, but it's going to be spreading flooding rain inland as far as Guatemala, the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico, and even parts of Honduras and El Salvador could get in on it as well. But this is not a threat to the Gulf Coast of the U.S. Now, as we look at the tropics, we still have this area, this disturbance that's been making its way across the Atlantic. It just has not been able to move into a favorable environment for organization or strengthening. So all we're seeing right now is just a low chance of development as we go into the next few days. But I want to take your attention not just from what's happening right now, but this is all coming as damage from recent hurricanes could potentially rival other historic storms. Natural disaster experts say the cost of hurricanes Helene and Milton from Florida to North Carolina are expected to each total $50 billion, similar to other storms like Sandy, Harvey, and Katrina. Weather analysts say the $50 billion mark is often used to determine if a natural disaster was a historic event. Economists say only 8 storms have reached $50 billion in damage before: Helene and Milton. Well, hey, check this out. For those of you who may have missed the Northern Lights, me, or are hoping to catch them again, also me, you may have another chance over the coming months. NASA, NOAA, and the International Solar Cycle Prediction Panel announcing that the sun has reached its solar maximum period. Translation, it means it has reached the peak of its 11-year solar cycle. During this time, the number of sunspots increase. The sunspots are also the source of solar flares, which can cause geomagnetic storms when they hit Earth. Fingers crossed, y'all. Well, still ahead on First Alert Weather Extra, you can find the Friday night lights not just on the football field, but on our kitchen set tonight. We're cooking up a storm with a fun fall treat from Seasons 52. We'll be right back.
Well, the sideline game of the week tonight's happening out in Homewood. It's 68 degrees right now. Not too bad. A clear sky. If you're heading out tonight, grab the jacket. Those temperatures, well, not as cold as earlier today, but it's going to be chilly out there. I've just got to show you some of our Weather Watcher reports. We're getting an early start to some of this really cold weather. 35 today was the reported low from our Weather Watcher, Ronald Hughes. And by the way, our Weather Watchers here, if you want to sign up to be a Weather Watcher, you can sign up on our website. 32 at Oatman for a low temperature. So we did touch freezing in some areas. That's from Sarah Porter earlier today. But look how quickly, again, tonight by 9 o'clock, we're seeing some low 50s, a fast drop in those temperatures this evening. Tuscaloosa around 55 at 9 o'clock, but a clear sky, another beautiful night. Tomorrow after the cold start early in the day, again, maybe a couple upper 30s out there early in the day, but the afternoon a nice warm up into the 70s with sunshine. Another great day to just open up the windows and let some of that air in as we enjoy some of these fall conditions. We'll have a light wind. You can see those arrows out of the northeast. We'll have a northeast breeze, but if you're doing a little grilling tomorrow, as we mentioned earlier with the dry conditions, just be careful out there. Looks like tomorrow night that temperature drops off again into the 40s for lows in the Sunday morning. So a chilly start Sunday, a nice warm afternoon. If you're attending the Fall Festival in Gadsden, the forecast by 11 o'clock here in the Gadsden area around places like Attala and Rainbow City. You get in Altoona, you can see those readings in the 60s. By lunchtime, temperatures in the mid-60s. How about another event? We've got a Couture for a Cause, where basically what's going on here is we're having a pet fashion show for a cause happening out at Oak Mountain State Park, and that is going to be from lunchtime into the afternoon. You can see there around 72 at 2 o'clock with a mostly sunny sky. And for the City Walk Art Market in Birmingham, 3 o'clock until 8 o'clock. Grab the jacket. It's going to feel nice for the afternoon, but you can see there a cool down going into the evening to around 61 by 7 o'clock. Not as cold as tonight or previous nights, but a little chill certainly in the air. Very dry forecast here as we look ahead next week, Monday, Tuesday. The one change, warmer afternoons, still a chill in the mornings. There's another front that's going to move in Thursday, and as we start to warm up, it kind of levels off the temperatures, but then we heat up again that following weekend there, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Those highs back in the mid-80s, but staying dry. However, in the long range, we might see some wet weather. I want to talk a little weather in the classroom. We had a weather visit yesterday. You can schedule a weather visit, or also you can color the weather by visiting Weather in the Classroom on our website. Check out this picture submitted by Libby. Color the weather, and this is actually a spring photo. I think Libby probably not a fan of the cooler weather that we're having during the mornings, but hey, if you go to our website, WBRC.com, you can find all the photos there to color. Have those ready to be sent in. You can send those on the First Alert Weather app or on the web page, but a lot of pretty colors there in that spring photo. Look, I'm a spring fan myself.
Yeah.
So
hey,
yeah.
Libby's got some good taste. We'll put it that way.
There you go.
Hey, Wes, if you like spring, you may like the temperatures we have beyond the 7-day. So we've been seeing much cooler than average temperatures this week. We even had frost advisories in the forecast, but check it out. As we look at the temperature outlook 6 to 10 days from now, this is looking at October 24th through the 28th. We have a 60% chance here in Alabama for above normal temperatures. So the heat is not going to be playing around in the coming days. We have a ridge of high pressure building in that's honestly going to influence much of the U.S. And then, of course, everyone's been wondering, okay, well, what about the potential for any rain in the forecast? Honestly, as we look here across a lot of the U.S., we've been talking about the drought conditions. You can see in Alabama a 40% chance of below normal precipitation. And yes, we keep saying October is always dry anyway. It's our driest month of the year. But it's not normally this dry, so this is pretty unusual to see this dry of a pattern. Certainly not going to help drought conditions. Let's look beyond the 7-day to when maybe we could see some rain. So this is looking at next Saturday. This is the weekend before Halloween, October 26th. You can see, okay, maybe a few clouds. You almost have to squint. It's like, were there some clouds passing by? Yeah, we could see a few clouds in the coming days, but we've just got this high pressure ridge that is going to be in control, and it's really just putting a lid on the potential for any type of precipitation to develop. Now here we are, a little peek ahead to Halloween. You can see on Halloween day, we should be dry for trick-or-treating, But what I want to show you is once we get past Halloween, we've been seeing some hints. Granted, we keep seeing hints and then they keep fading away, but we have been seeing some hints for the possibility of a system to come in the first day of November. This is that Friday beforehand for the possibility to see maybe some rain in the forecast. And we could certainly use the rain. This is just a look at those October rainfall totals. You can see in Birmingham and Anniston, we haven't gotten a drop of rain in October thus far, barely a third of an inch in Tuscaloosa, but on average we get about 3 to 3.5 inches of rain. But hey, the dry weather will make for some good views of those fall colors. Granted, they're not quite where we want them to be yet, but as far as those fall colors, I think we'll finally see them begin to peak in early and mid-November across Alabama. Well, don't go anywhere after the break. We're headed into the studio kitchen where we'll be making some fun fall treats with Seasons 52. We'll be right back. All right. Okay. Ready?
Ready as I'm going to be. We're going to kill it.
Okay, cool. Go ahead. What's going on out there, Wes?
That's the concert in Tuscaloosa.
Oh. I've never seen people on our Skycam like that. So, it's kind of cool.
Well, I got these to work in these Reolink cameras, but you can definitely tell a drop in quality.
Did John take me checklist reminder one more time? Actually, we both are. Okay. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Oh, right. Can you also count to 10 for us, please? We're doing mic check.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, great. So
Was there 3 of y'all or 2 of y'all coming?
It's just.
And to First Alert Weather Extra, before we send you off into your Friday evening, Wes and I said we wanted to have some dinner before we went home tonight.
That's right, cooking up a storm, right? Which
Yes.
it's usually a storm in our kitchen,
Right, it is. So we need someone to help us kind of tame the storm a little bit. We have Brian Florence from Seasons 52 here in Birmingham. Thanks so much for coming out tonight.
Thank you so much. You know, like you mentioned, I'm from Seasons 52. We're a fresh grill and wine bar. We focus on the freshest, most highest quality seasonal ingredients that we can find. We just started our autumn menu, and I really look forward to that menu all year long because it's
yes.
full of, you know, all those kind of rich, hearty things that maybe sometimes don't make us feel like we're making the best choices. But at Seasons 52, our entire menu is below 595 calories, so you can feel free to indulge and not feel guilty about what you have. So we brought a couple things with us, some new offerings from our fall menu, our cauliflower and white cheddar soup, as well as our wild Alaskan butterfish. It's a black cod. It's a really fantastic dish. And then some seasonal favorites as well are mushroom flatbread. It's a shiitake and goat cheese flatbread. It's a fan favorite for sure. And then this guy is our for the table fan favorite for the fall.
That's what I was eyeballing right there. I was about to say that's got fall all over it. Right?
So this is our roasted sweet potato skillet. It's a real fall staple for us, and it's a shareable side item. And how many calories do you think are in that dish?
I'm scared to say.
Yeah, maybe like 400.
Yeah.
It's actually 580 calories, but it's a shareable side, so it's a for the table option. So meant to be shared by the whole table.
Awesome. Well, that
so what are we looking at on top there? I mean, we got little
it's got a little maple pecan streusel on top with a little drizzled with maple syrup. Fantastic, all those flavors that just scream fall. Pairs well with the butterfish, or my personal favorite, our pork chop.
Well, I was saying I like the beet salad you guys have too. That's really nice this time of year.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now, salad's great, but what is going on with the dessert over there? That's what's catching my eye.
So this is how we do dessert at Seasons 52. There are many indulgences. We offer 8 different varieties in the restaurant, and we always have one seasonal. And for fall, what could it possibly be but pumpkin pie?
Okay.
So we're going to actually step over here and make some pumpkin pie minis to get started with.
Wes, do you want this?
All right. You guys trust me with these over here?
Right.
Okay.
So we'll kind of work together here.
All right.
And I'll build one first.
This is so exciting.
All right. So we're going to take a square of our pumpkin cake, drop it right down in our mini glass.
All right. So pumpkin cake.
Oh, and it fits perfectly.
Absolutely. So once we got our pumpkin cake, we're going to take our bag with the orange product, which is our pumpkin pie mousse. And when you just want to try to go all 4 corners.
Oh, that makes sense.
And that way, it leaves you plenty of room for your next layer.
Okay.
So once we get that, we're actually going to repeat with another layer of our pumpkin cake.
Now we're talking. All right, the layer number 2.
Okay. You're going to push it down just a little bit.
Okay. Ooh.
And then we're going to top off with another layer of our pumpkin mousse. And again, we're going to go 4 corners.
Okay.
It tastes tremendous.
Oh, really? Wes getting a little sneak taste.
Can't wait.
All right.
And then to finish it off, we're going to top it off with our house-made whipped cream.
Oh.
So we're going to take our whipped cream. And this one, it's a Seasons 52 signature, the rosette on top.
Oh,
and the easiest way I can tell you how to do it, if you can make a cursive E, you can make a rosette.
Okay.
Oh.
Well,
start in the
I kind of
middle,
went over the top on mine.
A little
over
slight
here.
pressure.
Are we talking lowercase e or uppercase e?
Lowercase.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
All right, Wes, let's see if we remember how to do cursive. We'll see. Well,
trying to fight back.
Well, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Absolutely.
Maybe think of like a sunshine icon.
There we go. Okay, that works.
And then we're just going to take our cookie and stick it right in the top.
Okay, perfect, because we've got
keeps getting
30
better by the
seconds
minute
left.
here.
Wow, look at us. We did that.
Well,
That was in no time.
so there we go. So we got fall
cheers.
on a plate. So hey, you guys need to check out Seasons 52.
Cheers, y'all.
Yeah,
and
cheers.
On that note,
Happy
I'm
fall.
just going to go ahead and dig right in. We'll
Same
see y'all
here.
back tonight.
All right, enjoy the game. See you tonight.
Oh my God. Do I need to record a halftime thing too, Blake? Oh, oh, Greg, it's another day that I forgot your name. Kenny. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Okay. So this is Bell Media. And then are we going to do the halftime report after this? Okay. All right. All right. All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hi everyone, I'm WBRC First Alert meteorologist Lauren Linehan with a look at your forecast over the next 7 days. Well, the weekend weather absolutely exquisite. I know we had some frost to deal with earlier in the week, but hey, that's not too shabby. Getting back into the 70s. You can see a definite warming trend in the forecast and not going to have any more frost in the mornings. Now, one thing to note today, there's going to be some passing clouds this morning, but then we have more sunshine and more sunshine for the weekend. Our next big thing though really is that warming trend into next week. You see temperatures getting back into the low, if not mid 80s. We may have a little front come in Wednesday into Thursday, but it's not going to cool us down all that much. You see, maybe getting back into the 40s next Friday morning. So a pretty dry, quiet, boring, but frankly, a forecast we're very thankful for. You can always get that most up-to-date forecast on the free WBRC First Alert weather app. Okay. Yep.